How's it going, guys? It's your boy Swift, and I'm bringing another video. This is the part two for the zombie matchup. Um, this deck was just went crazy. You'll see at the end. I I was a little bit mad, but overall it was a great matchup. So I summoned Kaius. He bottomless, but I did get his Sangan out of play. So I stopped his momentum a little bit, and on top of that, I get to search from Gamma Zombie, which is really good. I I end up getting Plague Spreader. I look at my hand and I was like, no, I think Plague Spreader would be a better choice. This guy knew how to play very well. He wasn't just rushing. He wasn't just like setting. He every play he did, it was very well thought. Um, and he just knew how to play. So I end up passing my turn. He goes Spirit Reaper, which sucks because you just get a good card to your hand and you're like, dang, Spirit Reaper, not Spirit Reaper. He swings for 300. I lay it down, and he ends up choosing, well, the dice and ends up choosing Plague Spreader, which is not a bad thing, but it's also like, it kind of is because you end up using his effect really early on, and you only choose one effect, in the sense of like you could only like synchro once because then he goes out of play. So that kind of like it's a win that he's on the graveyard, but it's also not a win. So I summon Mizuki just to get some damage going on because I just want to get him close to like to 1,000. He deep prisons, and the fact that he deep prisons my Mizuki, it hurts because again I won't be able to use his effect. I believe I have a solemn judgment, but I was like, no, let me save it for something better. Um, maybe I should have saved it for Mizuki, but it is what it is. At the end of the day, we all make mistakes. Sometimes using solemn judgment early on in the game does hurt you, especially when you spend like 4,000 or like 3,500 on just one card. So that's a route I didn't want it to go. So I was like, okay, you know what? Let me just save it, and that way I can use it for something maybe bigger. Um, so right here, he attacks my pyramid turtle with his pyramid turtle. I know there's glare, and I'm sorry about that, but he attacks my pyramid turtle, takes a little bit of damage, like 200. Um, so he's thinking. I had to play, but I was kind of scared of that back row because it seems like he always has an answer to it, to everything that I use. So I was like, you know what? Let me play a little bit more, strategic, more calm instead of just special, and go all out because with a zombie hero diva deck, you're able to do that, just like special like crazy and just pop off. But yeah, so uh I was just like, let me be more passive about my plays because you have to be with, especially with a good opponent that he knows exactly what he's doing. Um, so I mind control his pyramid turtle, because obviously I don't want him to get the effect of the pyramid turtle because you guys already know on the zombie deck is like pyramid turtle, mystic tomato, very good cards, especially in Edison. If you special summon you need, I'm pretty sure he would have special summoned Goblet Zombie, and then he would have just keep searching and then special summoning next turn, and it would have hurt me. So I special summoned Plague Spreader, used his Pyramid Turtle and my Plague Spreader to synchro summon Brionic. That way I get rid of his Pyramid Turtle without him getting the effect, and I get Brionic, which is really good. And then right here we had a little bit of ruling confusion. He torrentials. Um, I call Prio to still to use his Brownick's effect to use Mally, but he says that with Brionic, and correct me if I'm wrong, does Brionic target at least in Edison? Because you already know if Spirit Reaper gets targeted, he gets destroyed immediately. But he was trying to put it back to the hand, and I was like, oh. So we called the car shop owner. We were asking people around us for some ruling. Other people were looking on the phone because it's just good to know. I didn't want to be like all anal about it, but I want to know for future matches. And I couldn't really use my phone because I had it for life points. But I really did think Brianna targets because you're choosing one to bounce back. And if you're choosing Spear Reaper, then he dies immediately. But the opponent said that it didn't, and I'm not calling him like a liar or anything. I just wanted to hear from someone else. I don't know the rulings of every single card in Edison, so I was like, hey, like if you're right, you're right. I'm not opposed to it. I just want to know for myself for any other future matches. Because Brionic is a monster I summon a lot, especially in the zombie deck. You get to pitch, your Mizuki, your Plague Spreader, your Mali, um, just to have him in the graveyard. So I was like, hey, you know what? Like, let me ask. At the end of the day, the judge, the card shop owner, did say he targets. So then, therefore, Spirit Reaper dies immediately instead of going back to the hand. So the ruling turned out to be to my favor, which I was pretty happy about because I was like, I kind of figured, but I just wasn't 100% sure. So then here I'm trying to pop off because I was like, hey, he has an open field, no card in the hand. I mean, no back row. So let me try to pop off and let me try to end this. He's only at 54. So with absolute zero, he gets a boost for 500 for every water monster. So I was like, okay, cool. He'll be like at 35, and then with pyramid turtle and all this, like it's game, like it's 100% game. So I should have swung with absolute zero, but I did pyramid turtle just in case they had a gorse. So I couldn't like pop off all the way, and he's left like at 18, 19. Then he mind controls, uses its effect to send um Pyramid Turtle brain controls for the game. Brain control, I hate brain control. And that will be it.